Hi, this is J5Lover, and today I'm going to be giving you my review of the Jackson 5's ABC album. But before we get started, I'd like to talk to you about On This Day in Jackson's History. Well, on this day in Jackson's history, June 16th, 1976, the Jacksons variety show The Jacksons premieres on CBS. And it's actually a hit. It comes on Wednesday nights. And unfortunately, it only lasted for 13 episodes. Michael Jackson did not want to renew the contract. He really hated the idea of doing it. He's just such a perfectionist, and he felt like he couldn't do his best in such a short allotted time as a live TV show. All right, well, getting back to my review of the Jacksons ABC album, I love this album. It is one of my favorite Jackson 5 albums of all time. And obviously a lot of people liked it because it sold 5.7 million copies. Now, I want you guys to look at something. I love this cover. It was taken on the beach and Photoshopped. Well, back then it would have been edited later. Look very closely at the picture. Now look at Michael's shirt, right? Look at what I recently found. The same material. My mom had this. I think we got this at like an antique show or something like that when I was a kid. And there's like a ton of material. I could totally have a Michael Jackson shirt. Mom, I'm gonna need you to get on this pronto. Anyway, getting back to my review, I also want to show you guys the back cover. I love these photos. You know, along the bottom, each member has their own photo, and the like collage in the middle is so awesome. And what's great about this album is just starting with side one, first song, The Love You Save. I mean, this album catches your attention immediately with the first word in The Love You Save. Stop. Literally, it gets your attention. Stop. And listen to us, listen to the Jackson 5. You know, they once again just come out of the gate strong on this album, just as the first album. What's interesting to note on this album, too, is there are more songs that were written specifically for the Jackson 5 and less cover songs. The next song written was One More Chance, which I love this song, too. I think the harmonies on it are very beautiful, almost haunting, gives you goosebumps. ABC, of course, is the hit song on this album. It went to #1, and funny enough, it actually knocked the Beatles' Let It Be off the #1 spot on the Billboard charts. And also, The Love You Save was a #1 hit, too. 2468 is the next song, and I love that song. I think it's catchy. It's just a fun kind of song. It'll get you dancing, it'll get you grooving, and it'll get you moving immediately. Come Round Here, I'm the One You Need. Great song, very powerful vocals by Michael Jackson, I feel like. Very, commanding. It pulls you in immediately. And Don't Know Why I Love You, which is kind of interesting because Stevie Wonder actually is one of the writers on that song. It's not necessarily my favorite song on the album, but it's still, to me, a very good song. It's so hard to pick a favorite and least favorite on these albums because technically all the songs were great. It's just that obviously you have more preferences over some, and the Jackson 5 were just such professionals. I feel like every song, it was hard to pick a bad song, but the bad songs are just the less good songs for me. Side 2 is Never Had a Dream Come True, which is one of my favorite songs on the album. And it was actually originally sang by Stevie Wonder. It's such a powerful song. The harmonies of the Jackson 5 are incredible. The melody is just so intoxicating. And True Love Can Be Beautiful is my very favorite song on the album. Interesting to note, too, Bobby Taylor produced that song, and it was kind of going to be his last effort with the Jackson 5. He helped produce the first album, and this was kind of the only song on the second album he was able to produce. But funny enough, it was the best one to me. It's so beautiful, and it's just so catchy, and it just, once again, just intoxicating. La La Means I Love You. That's a cover by the Delphonics, and I love that song. Michael's vocals, especially at the beginning of the song, are just so angelic. So beautiful. Next song would be I'll Bet Ya. Now, okay, yeah, that's my least favorite song on the album. Not that I hate it, I don't hate it. Um, it's funny enough. Okay, so you hear a lot of Tito's vocals, and he had that really deep sort of baritone voice. Apparently, that was actually not his real voice. His real voice is more like a middle C. But Motown discovered, that he could sing that low. So they kind of played with his voice and made him do interesting like sound effects or background noises, or just it was a nice counterpoint, to Michael's voice. And so they really played with his voice, and they do kind of play with his voice on this song. And it's not my favorite, manipulation of his voice, but it's still a good song. And lyrically, it's not my favorite either. I just feel like it's a little obvious, I guess, lyrically, but it's still, a decent song. It was originally covered by Funkadelic, so, and they're a great group, of course. The next song, I Found That Girl. I absolutely love Jermaine Jackson's vocals in that song, and my favorite part of the song is when he sings, Mama, she's that beautiful dream that I dream each night. She's that bird of love on whose wings I'm in flight. She's those words left when there's no more to say. She is my sunshine at the end of a perfect day. Just so beautiful. I harmonize with that every time I hear it. And the last song is a very interesting song. It was originally covered by the Supremes, actually, called The Young Folks. And I feel like that song is just as relevant today as it was 50 years ago. And the lines to me that are most relevant are, we're marching in line, or we're marching with signs. We're standing in lines, protesting your rights to turn out the lights in our lives. You might not like it, but I gotta tell you, you better make a way for the young folks, which is so true. It was true 50 years ago, and it's true now. The younger generation is standing up for what they believe in, and, they just can't stand to see injustice happen in any time. And they are the leaders of the country. They are the leaders of tomorrow, and they will never give up. So you got to make a way for them. Well, that is the end of my review of this Jackson 5 album. Tell me what you thought, what your favorite songs are, what your least favorite songs are. If you agree with mine, let me know down in the comments, actually. And also, if you have any ideas for any future videos that you might like to see me do, let me know once again down in the comments section. Also, I'm going to do a mini contest here right now before I go. If the first person that I can see in the comments section to tell me a song that was, didn't get to make it, an unreleased song, that was supposed to make it on the ABC album, the first person to list one of the correct songs, I will send a piece of Jackson 5 memorabilia to. All right. So you have 7 days. All right. Thank you guys for watching. And once again, this is J5Lover. I'll catch you next time. Bye.